Yo guys, what's up? Ass here once again with another Exos Heroes video. In today's video we're going over the patch and boy it is a lot. So let's talk about it. Alright, because I'm all for visuals, I have pulled up the Japanese patch notes because the website just looks awesome. And we will start off with our new FC, and that is for Rera. We have Marine Hawk Rera, and boy oh boy, she looking fine. But we will get into her a little bit later in a different video when we actually do our summons. Cause yes, we will whale out and try to get her. And by whale out I mean try to be a little bit reasonable. Anyway, so because these patch notes are not really organized in a logical way, I will try to do that for you and present you with the following structure. We will go over additional content first, then about some quality of life improvements, and lastly about rebalancing. This, in my opinion, helps you guys to focus on what we're doing and not jump back and forth all the time. So let's get into it. So our first new content piece is the new Polymus. He's another kind of dungeon raid boss, similar to the Dragon's airship squadron. You will not be able to select your heroes, instead they will be selected by combat power, and there might be certain conditions tied towards who can participate, 4 stars and above, and it changes daily what kind of element it is. Nothing super exciting, but the rewards are not bad at all. So you will get some gear enhancement material, which is always needed. We cannot get enough of it, and it also provides us with an additional source of Stars of Fate. These gear enhancements seem to be the daily rewards according to what is written here, and then the weekly rewards are Zes and Stars of Fate. Additionally, you might be able to get one of these new pets. What they're doing? They're following you in town. That's about it. This will be content you can do once per day. So next up we have the new hero growth system called Unleash Potential. It's available for rare heroes and below, so legendaries and fated heroes are excluded, and if they wear a fate core they are also excluded, so all the FC Zeons, they cannot make use of it, in case you hope for it. Anyway, you can enhance the stats and abilities of your rare and below heroes, which might make them more viable for certain content. We don't know exactly yet what you can improve besides stats. They mentioned skills, but I haven't seen exactly what it could be. For these you need additional currency. You will get that currency from the exploration. It changes depending on the nation your hero is from, which currency you need. You need to farm the exploration in the nation that you need the currency for. We will scroll over that a little bit later so you can see where to get these different stones from. And last up in the additional content part is the Exos Pass. It's a game pass typical for other games. You have the free tier, you have the premium tier. In Exos Heroes the premium tier costs 3000 crystal. Not necessarily on the cheap, but usually the value that you get from these passes is extraordinarily high, so expect this to be the same case for Exos Heroes. You will have different missions tiered into different rewards, and as usual for our whale friends, you will be able to purchase your way to the top right away. As previously mentioned, here you can see the new currency, they call it circles, and you will get them in the different stages of the game. Now we get into a sub tier of content, because it's not necessarily new content, just refreshed content, but it's not a UI improvement or rebalance, so I put it here. We get new hero battles, and boy, this time it's amazing. This girl, she hits hard, incredibly hard. She also has Scale of Chaos, which makes her exceptional in the weekend dragons. Don't sleep on her, get her as fast as possible and use her in your teams. You will not regret it at all. Then, as you guys know, Yupir's Labyrinth will reset on July the 1st, so get as far as possible to snag up all the rewards, You will no longer be able to collect your rewards from the pass after this period is over. Get in there, do your best, and from July the 1st, you will start over again. We have the new Obliana Shaved Ice event that will replace the core raid, and you can exchange these Obliana Shaved Ice for something in the Door of Creation. What, we don't know yet, but we know where you can get it, and it's from defeating the golems and totems. So grind them down and get some shaved ice. Alright, so this is it already for all the additional content and new things you can do in the game. So if you want to tune out, it was a pleasure to have you here, and I will see you next time. For those of you who want to stick around, we will go over some of the UI improvements, some of the bug fixes, and we will talk a little bit about the reworks. I want to make a special video about them because they are exciting and I want my content to be a little bit more structured than that. So we will not do a full review, just go quickly over it. But with all that said, let's continue. In the recruitment system, we now have the ability to recruit with 100 crystals. This will count towards your mileage. It's better than the 1 pull, it's worse than the 11 pull. If you can pull for 11, always do it. Don't waste your crystals on that, even if you have 100 stacked up. At some point you might get more, so don't waste it, it's not worth it. Speaking about worth it, now you can see the exact percentages with pictures and in a way better organized system. From this picture it looks pretty nice. I'm always looking to enhancements that show you directly what you can get. Before the system was kind of lackluster, so I definitely appreciate that system. Continuing with some UI updates, you have the modify statue in the villages, where you can now see your name tag at the right side of the site. I didn't even notice it was there and I don't know what you can do with it. Then you get a hot deal UI improvement and it shows more of the individual prices instead of the total discount price, which is pretty good in my opinion. It gives more clarity to the customer. Having worked in the gaming industry, bug fixes are one of my favorite parts, because other than content, it shows that there's actual improvement in the game for certain things that were not working as intended. For this I will pop up the English patch notes, because the Japanese ones don't really help anybody here. Alright, so Yupir's Labyrinth. The error that you can't proceed with a combination of Root Zero and a particular hero in the special flow of the Terraria bosses has been fixed. They are missing something here. The error of abnormal output when users are proceeding hard difficulty, where viewing information of users who are... They need to work on their wording, because even the English patch notes are very difficult to understand. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean. Next up, the issue with several effects, example block, were able to ignore status effect immunity from Machine Guardian Stone sets options has been modified. So now you can affect them if you have a Machine Guardian Stone set equipped. Then unequip Fate Core. Okay, so now you can unequip Fate Cores. Level up UI. Okay, now it will include your Fated Armor effect sets, which is nice. It's easier to see what stats changed. Then, okay, skip button for... I didn't notice that myself, but I hope for those who experienced it, it fixed this. Broken airship. Yeah, I had that sometimes, that I couldn't click on the airship once finishing the daily quest and I just gave up. One of my favorite bits of content in the game itself. Yeah, statistics screen, great. Daily tournament. I hope the Coliseum opens soon again. One of my favorite contents. Okay, battle results and replay now don't have a different delay, which can change the results. Great. String of creation. I guess this means a game crash occurred, so that's also pretty good. So another effect, Hero Nero, which is equipped with the Fate Core and use active skills too. There was an abnormal effect issue, so it has been modified, and Dragon Emperor Zero's normal take cost break, the camera review is changed. Oh yeah, I've seen that and it was annoying. Exploration, help button, achievement, and village. Oh, that is pretty good. The town one, it was so laggy when you're entering a village. So this is pretty good. So that's about it for bug fixes, and now let's get quickly into the rebalance. So another core reverse rebalance for the Red Outlaw Deva. We have expected this following the reverse core Annie, and yeah, so far it looks pretty good. I don't know if this Crimson Strike applied the double critical damage before. I have no access to the game right now, so I couldn't check. If this is new, pretty good. If this is old, it was good before. Then this is, I believe, new, with the Tiki Time Bomb afflicting silence for 5 turns. Silence is a very powerful debuff, and 5 turns is a very long time. It also afflicts another 163% of current health additional damage, while already dealing 700% of damage to one enemy. This is a pretty hard hitter. Her S1 has been changed from deals damage to the back row to deals damage to all enemies. That can be good, that can be bad, depending on the situation you want to use her. Especially with a lot of the counter attackers, this is usually more harmful than it does good. It really depends on the situation where you use her for. Definitely not on the same level as Reverse Core Annie, but we are all for buffs. And that's already it. I hope you enjoyed it. I will try to make this video not as long as it currently seems. With that all said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Until then, enjoy the grind.